Oh man, I can't believe this is, okay, hi everyone. I just finished up my couple edits to my slides here. Hudson was not in daycare today, so I had a lot less time on my hands. I've already been adjusted to her daycare or her, preschool schedule. So anyway, yeah, all ready to go. I can't believe it's our last day. Selena, your haircut looks awesome. She chopped it. It looks so good. So today is, being that our last day, we have a couple little things to cover. And off the bat, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check out your email that I sent today, but I kind of mentioned this yesterday that I'm going to do one big giveaway at the end of this, and I'll announce the winner on Sunday. So for anyone that posts every day of the homework, and you guys have time to catch up on this, okay? It's not like our daily giveaways where you do have to have it posted, okay? You can go back and catch up on any of them. And if you have all 5 homework assignments posted by Sunday at 1 o'clock PST, you're gonna be entered to win the big giveaway. And it's gonna be I'm just calling it, and I added it to the site this morning, the Just Send the Damn Card 10-pack, okay? Like the mother of giveaways, all the cards that we featured so far that I felt were applicable. So in it are this one. This is, again, I think the most important card you can have, the one that I hope you never use, but the one that you need to have on hand, I think, for an extremely tough situation, terrible news someone goes through, that you are doing it, which works well for kids and just any little celebrations, even for yourself. I wrote this one as my note to, hey, there it is. Is that the one I sent you when you got your hot seat? Yeah.
I'm filling it out. No, I'm sending it right now to somebody.
That's right. You're the best. See, there's just so many things every single day that we can celebrate, right? And I just think that's a fun card to have on hand. Another one, this sucks. I feel like any day
the
of
one
COVID.
You sent me is right here.
Oh,
on my shelf.
You still have it. Okay, you guys are just the best. I'm gonna miss getting together with you, that's for sure. This one says on the inside, thanks for always helping me turn things around. Selena, you reminded me to mention this one. Thank you. I don't think I actually showed you guys this one, but I wanted to. This is, I think, such a good friendship card to have, to show some everyday appreciation that you are doing a great job, which was originally designed for Mother's Day, and I made it more, applicable to everyday moms. It doesn't say anything about being a mom, but with the flowers, it's kind of motherly. You are so appreciated. I have this in a pack of 6 also on the site for less. Holy shit, you made it through the first year. That was originally designed for baby's first birthday, but again, many situations you can use that for. I really miss seeing your face, like within arm's reach, in person, within arm's reach. COVID card. And then a Valentine's Day card that you really can send to anyone. Roses are red, violets are blue, rhyming is hard. Happy Valentine's Day. So anyway, that's what's up for grabs for anyone that does all the homework. And I'm also going to put that available on the site. If you guys have enjoyed these cards and now you have all the prompts, you have everything, like what you would say on the inside of them, you can just grab that 10-pack. And if you guys do want to get it, I'm doing like an early bird special type of thing. And I'll throw in a pack of Tina's, a 10-pack of Tina's. If you guys snatch that up either tonight or just by the weekend, by this weekend, we'll just say by Sunday. But I'll have that up on the site all next week as well. So that's that. It's kind of fun. Okay. Let me see if I got everything. I think I did. Okay, today.
Sarah, quick question. Yeah. So when you say up on the site, is that your Hey Weed site?
Yes.
And then you're going to have the prompts and stuff from this week, right?
Yeah. Well, so all of the prompts, I've been sending recap emails. They're, but most of the,
Go ahead.
Okay, so I would say the Facebook group is the kind of like the headquarters, but I know you're not on Facebook. So if you feel like you're missing anything, Rini, just let me know and I'll resend the email for that day with the recap and the homework. And all the emails have the replay link in them as well. Any other questions, you guys? I mean, is there anything that you guys want me to like maybe cover today? Okay. Well, seeing that it's the last day of a card writing fest, I figured what better prompt to have than to write to our number one. I was going to say, like, for me, it would be my husband. It could be a spouse, partner. It could be your mom. It can be, let me pull up, I actually did a presentation for today. So I should probably pull that up. I think it wouldn't count for a challenge, like a card writing challenge, if we didn't do this prompt today. You know what I mean? Because if we are not telling, this is just my opinion, like if we're not telling the person that we love the very most, that we're the closest with, if that person doesn't know for a fact how we feel about them, if there's any doubt in our minds, what are we doing? You know, how are we spending our time? And I know life is busy, things get in the way, and there's a million reasons why we don't do it. I know that I created this challenge for myself, so I would write cards because I understand. And ironically, I haven't written any. I'm kind of like the I'm kind of like the cycling teacher at the front of the class that like is like the good one. I'm trying to be the good one that doesn't do the workout with you guys and is like super into it and like not worried about you. I've been trying to check in and make sure you guys are doing okay. So I haven't written any, but anyway, I need to do this myself. And I feel like just a really quick, extra motivation for you guys. Some of you have already heard a little bit about the story, but just really quick for those of you that haven't, my next door neighbor, Nita, I met her about a year ago when we moved into our house, and right before we moved in next door, she had lost her husband to brain cancer. It was horrible. And a few months after that, I think because of a broken heart, she also was diagnosed with cancer. And needless to say, she had the worst possible year since knowing her. She went through chemo. It was very rough. She lives by herself and it just was really tough on her. And after going through chemo, she still had some pain, and long story short, the cancer came back. She passed away a couple weeks ago, and we got very close with her. She has this beautiful garden in her backyard, and every single day, especially in the summertime, which by the way, her garden it's gorgeous. She has plants that every single one was of sentimental value because she and her husband will go out and pick out a flower or a certain type of plant on their anniversary or some occasion that was special to her and her family. And my daughter, she's 3, she would just go out and so nicely request an arrangement of a certain color. And by request, she would demand it and say, Nita, I want red. I want red flowers today. Anyway, and she always went through her garden and picked out that color of an arrangement. And so all of this to say, she was really special to me. And things kind of went downhill very quickly for her. And it was tough. She had some friends come and stay with her, and they were basically like hospice care to her for the last couple weeks. And I knew she wasn't doing very well. Her friends told me, you can go, like I was bringing stuff over and kind of leaving it at the door with COVID and everything. I just didn't want to, I was being really careful and bringing over cards and whatnot. And her friend told me, she said, you can go in and visit her. Like that would probably make her feel really good. And I was hesitant, because if not COVID with Nita, knowing it was her final days, it was also, of course, I'm protective of my daughter. And so I thought, okay, I want to go see her. I want to go visit her, and I'll do it this weekend when my husband's home. He can hang with my daughter. And I got some really tough news in my family, and it just didn't happen that Saturday. And I just was kind of dealing with that. But Saturday night, I grabbed a card to write to her and bring over to her. And I went to bed thinking, yep, definitely going to do that tomorrow. And I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning with a text from her stepson that she had passed. And I was mad at myself. I was like, damn it, I missed it. You know, I'm not going to have that chance ever again. And so, you know, I've been trying not to kick myself for it. This is just a couple weeks ago. And, you know, but I can't help it because I know I've given her cards and I know she knew what she meant to us. But I think it would have been a lot different to have that last card, for her to read that and know how much she meant to us. And so, it's, you know, I've of course been thinking about that and like, well, God, of course, life is short. We only have so much time. Of course, life is busy, things get in the way. But if we're not taking this time that you guys have dedicated every day to write these cards, or to just call and make the check-in, if that's all the time that you can muster up to someone, what is it for? You know, what are we doing? And so I wanted to share that because I think today is, I mean, all the prompts I think have been really important. Otherwise I wouldn't have given them to you guys, but I think today might be the most important. I think that we need to write the card to the person that we feel is the closest to us. And I want to thank Laura and Hannah. I don't know if Hannah's on here, but for brainstorming with me a bit earlier in this week, because they reminded me that we don't have to have that person still with us physically for them to know how we feel, for us to talk to them and to write a card to them. And I still want to write a card to Nita, and I'm going to read it. I might mail it to her next door and grab it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but there are certain things that are still on my heart that I want to share with her. And so that's what I would like to do. I want to write a card to my husband. I want to write a card to, like, those are the two that are like on my mind today. And so, yeah, that's going to be our main prompt today. And, if you guys, I'm going to leave it up to you. If you guys want to do the rapid fire love fest to get yourselves warmed up, if there's one other person on your list that you haven't touched on yet, like, I'm leaving it up to you guys. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. And the one other thing I want to share before we get started is my one single slide presentation. Hold on, wait for it. Just want to remind you guys that this is not about finding the perfect words. It's not about having it be, you know, a tidied up message. It is, when we look at certain, you know, I don't know, I think there are a lot of greeting cards. There's a lot of imagery, all the media, like there's so many things that paint this picture of things, you know, making us feel like it has to be tidied up and it has to be like perfected before we present it. And the thing is that we all know that that's bullshit. It doesn't, when you look at pictures of couples, even when you're thinking of writing this card, if you are going to write it to your partner, just think about this. Okay. Think about what is relatable to you and what your relationship looks like and how that might be translated into a card that you write to that person. Do you guys know what I mean? Does that make sense? To me, the messier, the better, because to me, the more that you're just pulling from your gut and you're just writing how you talk, like, to me, that is the most relatable way to talk to your partner, to your spouse, to your number one. Whoever your number one is, like, just, and a tip, like a practical tip. Yes, it is very messy being a human. A very practical tip for this prompt, if it will help you guys, is something I do all the time. I use my phone and I do a talk to text note. And I feel like that gets my voice. I mean, it's literally my voice and how I talk. And then I might play it back and write it down. Or I do a talk to text in like the little note app. And then I copy that, put that on a card, and I tweak the copy. So I just want to show you guys my one slide. I don't know why I'm having a hard time pulling it up, but I just wanted to, I'll come back to this for anyone that wants it. These are the compliments. If you're feeling stuck, I'll put this back up for you guys. Just let me know. Think about this, okay? Do you really want to try to write a card that's so tidied up and perfect and neatly packaged and equates to, and this is totally me just making this up, but this is what I imagine their cards sounding like, some super frilly, like, oh, every day is so much better with you when I wake up. You know what I mean? That is not, I don't think that's what any of us want. If it is, if that's what you want, great. But I don't think that's what we want. And so I'm just like, encourage you to really do this messy today. Think about Nita. Think about how little time we have and how short our life here on this earth is, and just get it out. Okay. So if you want to use talk to text for this, I'm going to give you guys a solid chunk of time. But that's my tip for today, my super practical tip for today. Okay, that's really all I wanted to share. Sorry, I didn't have it. I feel like this isn't super organized. I did just finish this last minute, but I just wanted to share that with you guys, that it's, let's just pour everything else you've got into these cards today. Okay. All right, I'm going to put some music on for you guys. Sorry, I'll come back to that just 1 second. I want to get the chat. put a 1 in the chat if feel like you're done, or 2 if you need more time. Just give it like 1 more minute or 2. If you feel done, do another rapid fire love fest. Give you guys some prompts here. If you just, I feel like that would be a totally okay opening to a 2 to 3 liner card. Just, hey, I've been thinking about you and figured why not let you know today. Today was a good day to tell you that. Okay. Do you guys, I'm just gonna jump in here. Keep writing if you're still writing. I almost feel like I don't want to ask you to share because I know that this one is probably ultra personal, but is anyone is anyone feeling up for sharing? There's Hillary.
Hi, I'll share.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Selena.
That's okay. Go for it.
So, yeah, sorry, I've been off video, but it's kind of perfect timing because I met my husband when I was 15 and we started dating when I was 17, which happens to be February 9th. This year will be 20 years that we've been together. So
Whoa.
our wedding anniversary is in September, but we always celebrate February 9th as our love day. So this was a perfect prompt for us.
That's so sweet. Oh my
And
God.
we're both like super sappy and sentimental. And so, you know, cards are a great thing for us. But I think with my husband, I tend to do it for, you know, celebrations, birthdays, anniversary. So like a nice little out of the blue thing, I think is perfect.
That's really sweet. Oh gosh, you guys will have to post in the Facebook group like any of the responses that you've started getting, because that is such a feel good moment. I mean, and I selfishly like want you guys to share it. I want us to see it too. And I just feel like as a collective, as a group here, I do want to go back. I think I'm going to start a thread, and I would love for you guys to add your count on it. But I want to start a thread for like, okay, how many cards do you think you sent this week? And go through and add all of those up this weekend sometime, because I've gotten some messages from you. I've seen your homework and how many you've sent. I would guess that we're getting close to like 300 cards. I think I'm like, I don't think I'm exaggerating. Like it's probably got to be nearing that. I think we're definitely over 200, but that is incredible. Like that is so amazing, you guys. so I hope that hopefully like the rapid fire love fests have been helpful. And also of course it just know it's not about like the number of cards that you're sending out. Like, I think this is my opinion. You guys have written some seriously important cards this week. Just today and yesterday. I mean, so I just, again, way to go, you guys. So I would love for you guys to share that. Does anyone else want to Selena, were you going to? The Valentine's Day Queen. I feel like you kind of have to.
Well, so
Not that it's
I was going to share one, not Valentine's Eve, but I've had this card. So I got this card for my cat back, I think on her like 5th birthday or something. And she passed away, I don't know, 4 months ago or something. And so I've had this card and I never wrote in it, but I would always take a picture with her, you know, on her birthday with this card. And I'm like, I should like, what am I going to do with this card? It feels weird to send it to someone. I don't have an envelope for it. But so I just started writing a card to my cat, which like, I don't know, is helping me process it.
I hope it's helpful. I hope I'm not bringing up really terrible things here.
No, God. No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that we like get caught up in, you go through the motions when a pet or someone, your neighbor or someone passes away, and it's like, okay, especially like right now, life moves on and this, but it doesn't sometimes. It's just really, it's still really hard. And there's no reason why we shouldn't write a card, even though they're not going to like physically hold it. I personally, I believe that soul is going to feel that card and they're going to feel those words. So I hope that's helpful. Yeah. Oh, that's really sweet. Anyone else? I don't have anything else on the agenda today other than to tell you guys who the giveaway winner is. Yeah, Stacy.
Something. So in COVID, I found out that my uncle was diagnosed with brain and lung cancer. And he's doing all of these trials, and he's a Christian scientist, but he's taking medicine, but he's got these powerful thoughts, you know, that he's using to try to heal himself. So I wrote him a little card, and I've been wanting to do it. And because of COVID, we just can't see each other, even though we're close by. And I've been wanting to write this letter. So your story really prompted me, because I just don't know when. So thank you for saying that, because I got it done and I could cry, but I just feel good that I wrote this out. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was bizarre. We not that you guys are asking for this, but we went, she had a, service, it was outdoors and it was quite a trek away, but it obviously was like, no doubt in my mind, like we're going to go if we're able to, and we could, so we did. And so it was helpful. I don't know, like comforting in a way to say goodbye, but it was still, I keep going back to this, but cards I think are so important, and they have this power that lets you like clear out the mess in your head and the things that you wish you could say, but you're not sure how. And it gives you like that second chance to actually take those things out of your head and onto a piece of paper for someone to have and read and keep forever, possibly. So, obviously I'm a little biased and I think cards are awesome, but anyway, if anyone else wants to share, now is your chance. But this was all I had for today. And I just really, really I'm sad that this is our last day, because this has been so rewarding for me. I mean, I have not written one card, but it's been so rewarding for me just to see you guys writing all the cards and knowing like how amazing each and every single one of you is. Just imagine the kinds of words that you're sending out and how they're going to just brighten people's days. And I think they're going to hold on to these things for such a long time. If it's not the card, they're going to remember what you did and how you made them feel. And that's amazing. So thank you guys. Deb, yes.
I
I have a whole cause box full of cards that I've never sent. Like it's literally full. And so I found a bunch of cards that as I went through that, and I remember buying these years and years ago. And I thought you might like these. This one says, they say a great way to lose weight is to eat naked in front of a mirror. And on the inside it says, that doesn't work, by the way. And consequently, I'm no longer welcome at Target.
I did
No,
not
just
expect
a riot. And then this one is
that.
for more like the kind of things that we're just talking about tonight. And
That's Emily McDowell. I was going to share
Oh,
that
yeah?
card.
Oh,
Yes,
you know,
please,
okay.
please read that. It's such a, Laura, this one, yes, this is
it
for you.
says, if this is God's plan, I'm gonna cry. If this is God's plan, God is a terrible planner.
Mhm.
And then in the bottom it says, so it like has like a little like thing in the bottom. It's all blurry, but anyway, it says, no offense if you're reading this, God, you did a really good job with other stuff like waterfalls and pandas. It's just blank on the inside. So. And finally, this one, I won't read it because it's the United States Supreme Court Justice Anthony M. Kennedy. And this was the day love won. And so it's like the write out of the Supreme Court decision for marriage equality in the US. So 3 like really awesome cards that I totally forgot I had and have been sitting in there for probably 10 years. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Well, now hopefully you have like more of a toolkit behind you.
I
Like
totally
you have a
do.
little bit more confidence in what you would write,
Totally.
and you don't have to
I'm
hang on
so
to it longer.
Grateful for this challenge. Thank you, Sarah. That's the other thing I wanted to say.
Thank
It's
you.
been just a wonderful week. So thank you.
Oh man.
Sarah, you've been wonderful. So I think you deserve this card that you are really good at what you do. So,
Oh.
but Deb, thanks for sharing that card too,
Mhm.
because sometimes it's kind of hard to, I love that card that you said that you just shared about God's plan. That is like the most awesome card. I wish, Sarah, that you could put those words that are in her card, maybe someplace where like I could find them because I'm not on Facebook. But maybe take a screenshot or something. But I
I'll
think
send you guys a link to Emily McDowell's website. I'm all about like bringing other card designers in, obviously, and just other companies that have, I feel like, really impactful cards that sound like real life.
Because I think of a friend of mine that was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and like oh my gosh, it was just like so shocking. Mike and Brenda Kratzer, so it's Mike Kratzer. And he just doesn't really want to talk about the cancer and blah, blah, blah. That card is perfect because I think he thinks cancer sucks. And I think I want to acknowledge that with a little bit of that. So
yeah.
Great.
So by the way, Emily McDowell, I don't know if you guys know of her line and like a little bit about her backstory, but she actually was diagnosed with cancer. She's younger too. I think I think we might even be around the same age, but she was diagnosed. I don't know what type of cancer she had, but she's the one that like put the idea, like the realization in my mind that through her experience, people like the same type of thing happened with her, that she saw a friend go through cancer before her, where this girl, like it was her roommate in college, her she was diagnosed with cancer and she was like super popular and just everyone disappeared on her. And she thought, how could that be? What is going on here? And then she got diagnosed and I reversed this in my head. So let me just back up. I'm going to have to trim all this shit out in the replay. So Emily was diagnosed first and people disappeared on her. And she thought, her line is like, I thought I was just like bad at having cancer, like where do people go? And then she saw that's what it was. Her roommate went through it and the same thing happened. And she had this huge network of people. And so she thought there's something about this that I think goes to show that we don't know what to say around these really tough subjects. And so she was a copywriter at the time, and she came up with a lot of these cards that she ended up calling the empathy collection. And so she is a giant inspiration of mine, obviously, but she has cards specifically about cancer and getting through chemo And another card that I think of is like, I know saying F cancer doesn't really help anything, but you know, like it's very conversational. So if you guys are a fan of any of my cards, definitely check out hers. She's got a way more extensive line and I just love everything she's putting out there. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But it's just keep sending the damn cards. But before I announce the giveaway winner, I just wanted to also ask you guys if you wanted to share any other takeaways, if there's anything that you guys feel like you learned this week that I could take and put into the next group, because I definitely want to do this again. Any takeaways for you guys?
So I love what you said today about it. It's okay if it's messy and it doesn't have to be perfect, because I think that's what I try to do all the time is I try to make it this nice, curated, like paragraph. So my husband's birthday is on Monday. Fun fact, my brother-in-law's birthday is also on Monday.
Oh, fun.
People with the same birthday.
Whoa.
I got him this card and it said, "Happy birthday to the only person I want to have a dog with, because life would be tough without you." And in the beginning of this, I'd say how like I never knew what to say. It would be like 2 lines like, "I love you, you're great," you know, whatever. But I actually filled the whole thing out. So,
oh my gosh, Nicole.
I think that's the first time I've ever done that. So, yay for me.
Oh my God, that is you've like, I mean, no offense, but if the rest of you said you had a terrible experience this week, I'd be like, so what, Nicole? Oh,
I didn't wait until the last minute.
that is amazing. Nicole, way to go. Way to show up every day and do this challenge. That is awesome.
So thank you for doing this. I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed all of it too.
Yeah, you guys are great. I mean, the thing is, any card, whether it's you have half of the words scribbled out because you feel like you messed it up, or it didn't come out right, or it's just 1 or 2 sentences or 3 sentences, any card like that is so much better than the card that's sitting collecting dust in your cabinet or in the box, just sitting there for years and years. So I think you guys got that. That was like my number one thing to hopefully just drill into you. But that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, should I announce the giveaway winner? I totally lit up when I saw this person, when it was like the number and then I matched the comment. Amy Fowler, congrats, you won. So I'm gonna mail you this print. You look good.
Oh,
you're gonna get that. And then Faye is gonna go ahead and mail you one of her note to self cards. So you'll get 2 different packages.
Yay, yeah. Thank you.
Yay. Oh, Stacy, that's so cool. I'm looking at the chat. The goal is to no longer be a card hoarder. Yes, it's like drink the good wine, right? Like, quit saving the good stuff. Let's just enjoy it, right?
I've had this card and I wish you could feel it. It is so thick and so lovely. I have had it since university. And I'm on my 2nd marriage. I didn't give it to my first husband. It was so special. Obviously was holding out for the right guy. And so this is my Valentine's Day. It is the most beautiful, like, oh my God. The paper is so thick and like, why am I saving this?
Oh my God. Because it was probably expensive AF. You just wanted to make sure.
It wasn't that bad, but I think I was intimidated by this like little, and you had to make it all pretty. So like Nicole said, I just chicken scratched it out.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm telling you guys, half of the cards that are in my line probably started from me just holding up my phone and saying it, and then I'll write a card and I'll read it back out loud. And if it doesn't sound like, if I get hung up on the way, on like any part of it, if it doesn't sound like it's something I would say in conversation, then I scrap it or I try to just change it, because I don't know. I think all of us just want to sound real. We want to have real connections, of course, with the people that are in our lives. And it doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. Like, and Jordan, who's not on here, I'm glad I just remember this too. She is like one of my very best. She's my oldest friend. She's the one with a newborn. The timing hasn't totally worked out with her, but she texted me the other day and said that she ended up writing a bunch of cards very easily after so her baby fell asleep on her and she grabbed her phone and did, you know, voice to text into her little notepad app thing, the notes app, and then just transcribed it onto the cards. And she got them done super quickly. So that's another thing. I'm so glad I remembered that because I meant to say it yesterday and I forgot. But there's another little tip for you guys just to make it easier. Nicole, you're so good at talking. Like if you can talk, you can write, right?
Yes,
So-
that took a long time to be confident in too.
It takes a lot. I mean, all my newsletters, all these things, like I learned the hard way after spending 20 hours on one damn email, you know, that there's got to be a better way. And so then it was like, oh, if you throw a toddler into the mix, like, yeah, the only thing you have time for is talking into your phone and making the note and then taking that and doing that, you know, putting it into the newsletter. It's like, oh, I should just do this every single time. This is actually way easier. So, or writing a book, Kelly. Yeah.
I wanted to thank Amy for saying that about the pretty card, because I do that because Sarah's dad makes these cards of his artwork and I love them, but I don't want to send them to anybody because I don't want, and I have this picture on my wall. It's not like I can never see this picture again.
There's
I
another
have
one.
it.
Yeah.
Rainey has
Yeah.
one too. Yeah. I just am so hesitant to ever, but I would love to share them with people. So thank you for saying that, Amy, because that made me go, you know what? I need to send these out to people. I don't know why I do. And then my niece just started making them and we all got them for Christmas. And I was like, oh, there's a card I'll never send to anyone. So I will send them out now. So thank you.
Aw,
Yes, don't be intimidated.
yeah,
And
good
even
share.
like I was like, oh, I need a really nice pen, and like, nope, just got a crappy like pen I found somewhere. Just write the damn card.
Yeah. To add to that, there was a kid in Hudson's preschool who had a birthday, and like we just met these families, you know, and she's like, oh, it's his birthday tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I want to give him a card. And dinner time, the whole thing, like we only had dinner time to write this card if I was going to give it to him the next day. And I wrote it with like a fat Sharpie marker. I'm like, I can't, that's all I could get to while getting her managed. And it just, it's like, he's not even going to be able to read this. The parents aren't going to be able to probably, it's not legible. But she was like over the moon, like could not believe that we just joined this preschool and gave her son a card. So again, it's like, we need to get out of our heads, right? And one other thing, this is turning into be, you know, long session. It's cool. You're really good at what you do card, Aunt Rainey. I used to, when I first launched, I had these 5x7 size cards. I feel like my style has changed a lot, but a friend of mine, she finally told me after I'd already started designing in a smaller size because I switched printers and it was just a, you know, that kind of thing. Logistically, I just changed. And she's like, oh, thank God, because I always felt obligated to fill up the space in your really big cards. And she said there was like a housewarming card that I had. And she's like, what are you going to say to someone besides like, congrats on your house? Like, it's beautiful. Here's a plant. So she would just draw a really big heart on the other side. And I was dying laughing. I'm like, Yvette, if you would have given me a card without filling in all that space, I wouldn't think anything of it. You know, again, it's like, think of what you would want to receive and what you would be okay with getting. And of course you would just send the damn card, you know? So it's just all these little things. Anyway, okay. This has been amazing. I am definitely going to be just sending you guys a couple follow-up posts and emails to check in on things and announce the other giveaway. But I, again, would love if you guys added your card count to that post that I'll go ahead and do right now, and just see what we've done as a group this week, because I think it'll be pretty cool to see that. Oh, and I will be sending out a feedback form. If you guys could fill that out, I would so appreciate it for the next time we do this, because I really want to. I'm thinking like every 2 months would be fun. So if I can. Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Sarah.
Great
Thanks,
job, you
Sarah.
guys.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Lovely to
Thank
meet
you.
everyone.
Bye. All right.
Bye.
Bye.